Hello, it's me, Annalisa, with my spiritual friend. It's Sunday, November 29th, and it's 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Pacific, you're on 6:30 time. I am here every Sunday night, same time. You can find me here, rain or shine, because I'm inside. So tonight, instead of doing just 30% for charity, I'm going to give 100% of whatever people donate to the Community Food Bank of New Jersey. Every year, our zoo that's in our local zoo does like a huge several week thing where they take donations for the Community Food Bank of New Jersey. And they're not doing it this year because of COVID. So they're not doing it's like the zoo lights or something like that. So I would like to donate and help. I mean, it's a little dent that I'll make, but any little ding or scratch helps, right? And I want to mention Dan from Spiritually Out of the Closet. He has his YouTube channel. He mentioned someone had asked about kind of removing a spirit from their space they felt like was taking their energy. And I gave like a quick little synopsis. But he had mentioned a video and I was kind of weary, but it's more because of the language that sort of whenever somebody says they need protection, it sort of makes me hesitate. But I did watch his video and it's really just a language thing. So his thing about vibing is how he feels when he connects in with spirit, and protection is more about energetically being bigger. So I go ahead and recommend that. So if y'all want to check that out. Queenie, hang on just a second. What is your... because I didn't have that screen name. So remind me again of what your PayPal name is. And, oh, you've got it. Yeah, you did. You did. Okay. So you're a little bit down on the list. Devry, Starry Sky, Mallory are up first. Hi, Tiffany. I got yours too. Hi, Devry. I always spell your name wrong. I always spell it with a Y. I'm sorry about that. So I hope everybody's doing well. I feel like energetically, things are kind of trucking along. I've been doing some crazy manifesting, had some like really interesting things come up. So please like and subscribe, share me with others. You know, don't be stingy. I could help lots of people. I got yours, Shirley. So Devery, if you want to ask your first question, 2 questions you have, Allie. Oh, because I usually start right away. A lot of people will pause and wait for people to show up. And I'm like, let's just get to it. Because you guys know I'm here. You'll figure it out. And I was just saying that I'm doing 100% of donations to the Community Food Bank of New Jersey, who I've been donating to every week because I feel like right now there are a lot of people who are having food scarcity issues. And I don't think that that should be an issue for anybody ever. And literally $1 provides enough for 3 meals. So a little bit of money can go a really long way. That's why I want to stick with them. And Dan also, he donated $100 just because. So yay. And it made me so teary-eyed. I was really excited. So he's extremely supportive. So let's turn around and support him. Spiritually Out of the Closet is his channel. Yay. I'm not originally from Jersey, but you know, Jersey gets a bad rap, and all 3 of my little girls are Jersey girls now. So what can I say? It's actually really, there's like really pretty in Jersey. There's a lot of really pretty areas. Okay, so Devery, what's your question? Hi, Penny. Oh, I got yours. I got yours. But we're gonna go in order and who purchased first, because it just makes it easier. Otherwise, I'm bouncing around too much, and I want to make sure because I have a list and I send that list to KK, and then we add on as people. So Devery, what's your question? Let me see, unless you typed it and I just rolled on through. So I hope everybody's doing well. Staying safe, staying healthy, wearing your masks. Remember, if you're not wearing a mask, your guides will tell me about it here. I feel like I'm sitting like this. Sorry. I should move you guys closer. We'll get a little more intimate here tonight. You posted already. All right. Why did I not see it? I don't see it. Where are you? Oh, there you are. My first question is, should I really stay here in Virginia? I'm not really liking it here. All right. So I will never tell you what you should do. Other than you should listen to your intuition, right? And your intuition is going to be whenever it's connecting in with the universe and spirit. Remember this for everybody. It's always calm. It's always really relaxed. It's like done with like a very loving energy, and no matter what it is. So again, remember I always tell a story about I was driving down the highway with my friend from college. She was driving, and about 300 yards in front of an overpass, I heard, "You're going to hit ice." And there was no ice everywhere. I mean, like the roads were pretty safe. "You're going to hit ice and lose control of the car." And I was like, cool. It was not because it was not, I didn't feel afraid or scared or nervous. I didn't feel anxious. My stomach didn't go into knots or anything like that. I just felt very calm. So yeah. So when it's from higher power, higher self, source, universe, God, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. It's all nomenclature. Um, that is your intuition when it's calm. That is from a higher power when it's calm. If you feel immediately afraid, like if you read these stupid QAnon things and there's always like this fear energy attached to it, or anger, or like a really negative, dark, heavier energy, that's not of source. That's not the truth. That's not the way to go. That's how you know how to discern. So I won't ever tell you should you, but I really think that you should sit with. I actually am asking them like, why is she not and want to stay in Virginia? What's drawing her out? And it feels like feeling stuck, feeling sad, feeling alone, feeling depressed, feeling like nothing's ever going to change, feeling like maybe somewhere else it's better. And I will tell you this from watching clients do this over and over and over, watching family members do this. If you think that you're going to find your happiness in some other state, house, apartment, city, continent, whatever you think, if you think you're going to find it there, I promise you, you will run into the same situations over and over and over again. Your geography does not change your happiness and your fulfillment. So figure out what it is within you. And I promise you, I really do feel like it's a belief system that's been embedded in you that you need outside validation. That somehow you need someone else to fulfill that need and let you know that you're worthy, when really we're all worthy on our own. So it's sort of needing to shift how you view yourself. And we do this in small steps. And sometimes we have to do it where we're convincing ourselves, where we feel like I feel crazy doing these things, or I there's like I feel weird doing these things, like where you just in your head, I'm worthy. I'm good enough. I'm smart. I'm kind. I'm funny. I'm fun to be around. If you don't want to be around yourself, right? If you're like, oh, I'm like all these like, and you look at all these faults that you have. Of course, I was doing a reading earlier and trying to remember what it was, the situation. I was like, no, like, look how great that is. Like, look how, oh, the person said that they weren't finishing. They felt like they started projects, but they would then pass them off when I got to the certain point. And I was like, well, doesn't make you like a quitter. It makes you like a delegator. That's actually what like people who are in charge do, like who have run huge companies do. And it was like this light went off. Like she had always been, constantly like saying what's wrong with her for doing that and seeing that as a negative, when I was sort of like, really it was perspective. So I feel like when you say I am something, then you are, regardless of what it is. So I am lazy, I am unmotivated, I am which I am none of these things, universe. I just people don't ever want to be around me. I don't understand. Well, then people won't. um you have to like, even you have to fake it till you make it. Um, now I'm trying to ask if you're going to move. Like if you're looking at like what's I'm like, I just need to look at geography quick because I want to make sure I'm saying this right. Sorry, because I'm not sure if this is. Okay. Are you near the border of North Carolina? Because that would be where because I felt like the feeling I got was I'm on one side of the border. I might go just to the other side of the border. And I kept feeling North Carolina. So I just wanted to make sure I was like getting that right. Maybe just on the other side of the border, Virginia and North Carolina would be what I would get. But even if you do that, I feel like that's in the future. The feeling I get is that you're stuck in your head in this old thought pattern, and it's really important. Now, when we start manifesting, right? When you're starting to remember that what I'm doing from a psychic standpoint is I'm looking at a timeline. And if I see this timeline, you don't like it, shift it. If you like it, stay where you're at, right? So, but what I'm asking is on this timeline, what's stopping you from moving forward? What's stopping you from moving out of this? And it's just this like this repetitive thought pattern that I stay in about nothing's working out, nothing's working out, nothing's working out. Where like literally with manifesting when you first start, it has to be like it just works out. Everything works out. I see it in the end. So if you can't see the end, like say the person you're going to marry and it's a hard time, it's imagine emailing me. Use me in them. I don't care. I'll help you manifest them. Imagine emailing me and being like, oh my God, Anna, I got married this past weekend, or we got married a month ago. It's been amazing. Don't worry about anything else. Don't tell me what he does. Don't tell me, like, just say he's perfect. I don't care. But I got the job that I've been applying for, and it's a really good fit. It's perfect for me, which includes when you say it's perfect for me, right? That includes the money, that includes the coworkers, that includes the commute, that includes the hours, that includes the benefits, that includes everything. When you say it's perfect for me, make it easy for yourself. Don't get caught up in the details and all of that stuff, and then just keep playing that over in your head until you believe it, until you know it's coming, until you're confident that the universe is doing that. And then start really paying attention to your thoughts and see how it manifests things, and write it down, even if it manifests shit you don't want, right? So I imagined having a negative conversation, but I like imagined it in the future. I don't know why, because sometimes we imagine negative things happening or people challenging us, right? And it happened, but with somebody totally different. And I was like, oh, I just manifested that. I need to like really watch my thoughts. And that's been happening lately where the other day, we were trying to get something for one of my daughters for a Hanukkah gift. And my husband said he found it. I was going to go pick it up. And then all of a sudden it like wasn't available. And he had called and it's like, well, they were out of stock. And so they said that he had not picked it up in time or something like that. Like they gave a bogus reason. And so then I went to another store to pick up a different gift that we had reserved online to pick up. And I just decided that we were going to find that. So I was either going to find it randomly on the shelf, whatever, there was going to be one, it was going to be available and we were going to find it. And that was at Target. Well, I didn't find it that day, but then the next morning I woke up and my husband was like, yeah, I randomly found this one at a Target, whatever town's over, and it's available. Like there was none anywhere. And I randomly found this one. So I manifested that because I just was like, it's going to happen. I'm just trusting it's going to happen. No big deal. So it just feels like you have to manifest it, but you have to go look at all of the things that you manifest in order to remind yourself that you're doing it. You need to write it down. You need to keep a book of it, keep notes of it, and then go back through it and write them down every day. Don't spend 45 minutes like meditating and, it's just write shit down. I am as if you already have it. I am successful. And don't worry about if it's right in front of you right now. There is stuff that is manifesting now that I put into play 8 years ago. So don't worry about the time frame. So I get really excited about manifesting. Also because something really funny just happened about Because y'all, I want to do big things. I want to do big things and help big people. I want big people to notice me. And so I wrote down one person to notice me, and one of their fake Instagram accounts messaged me. So I thought it was really funny. Anyway, it happens like within seconds, literally within seconds of me writing something. Okay. You'll ask my second question. Are you disappointed, Devry? Look, my goal isn't to always tell you guys exactly what you want to hear here, because that serves no one. It doesn't do me any good karmically, and it serves you zero justice. If I can help you grow spiritually because I see it happening a certain way, or see where it's blocking you from growing, that's what I'm going to do too. Because I think well, that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to help each other. So it isn't that those things aren't out there, and that these, like, I just see big things are possible for you. You just have to sort of get into the zone of recognizing that you're worthy of it, and that's capable, and the universe wants to give you everything that you want. Hi, Regine. Hi, Julie. I'll check my PayPal. Okay, so let's see. We've got Starry Sky, Mallory, and Maria. Who is not Maria? Maria is Queenie, because she's a queen. Okay, you're gonna come up with a perfect question. I feel it, and it's gonna be helpful to you, and you're gonna walk away feeling fulfilled. Okay, so I got right away when Starry Sky asked if she's ever had a lifetime on another planet, and I heard yes, several. There is a connection. I don't know if you read about the Pleiades, and then there's some planet, Lemuria, with the cat people, like where they have like lion type heads, and that also connects to like the whole Egyptian thing. Why the Egyptians are like really, that's part of a connection to them too. The truth is, like Ali, you said about self-help, you can look outside of yourself all you want, and you can ask people to help you and guide you. And hopefully if you ever find, you decide to go to therapy, you find a therapist that just really gives you the tools, but you don't stop healing when you stop doing all of that stuff. Like, it's really about then working on yourself and recognizing where your growth can happen. And I'm still like, one thing I'm like still researching, like I've been doing manifesting for a while, and I'm still, every day I research and look for, and I ask the universe, like, show me ways to do this better. Show me ways to grow, to make it easier. What are my blocks? What am I doing to block this? What are my thought patterns that are blocking this? Oh, Mallory, I was absolutely correct about. Thank you for the validation. I'm sorry your work closed down, but I'm happy that it'll hopefully get to a point then it will open back up. I actually feel mid-January they're going to try again, or they're shooting for mid-January. But it might get pushed to like spring break time. God created other creatures. Well, I guess what I believe, Ali, is that there are many, like, we live in a galaxy, and there's how many like infinite galaxies out there, and it's silly for me to think that this is it. Like, we're the only ones. I had a conversation with somebody one time, and he was like, so you think that we can travel, but somebody figured out how to break the speed of light? And I said, yes, absolutely. I absolutely think that. I don't necessarily believe in time travel, because, so if you believe in the multiverse theory, which is infinite universes, right? So there are, not only for every single timeline you can think of, every year, whatever, there's infinite timelines that are almost identical to this one, where, so say if your lesson in this avatar, let's call it an avatar, right? Because that's kind of what it is. In this avatar, is to be like, what if I'm supposed to be a psychic medium in this avatar in every single lifetime, or in every single timeline here, but maybe one I married the man I'm married to now, and another I married to another man, and another I'm married to a woman. And like, it doesn't really matter who I love in the lifetime, right? As long as I get the lessons in the relationships, but as long as I have this experience and my children, right? Um, then if I'm shifting, say I want to be successful and read for these type of people, then I just shift my consciousness into this one. So there's going to be multiple universes where I'm this person in this body and all these other things. And then I just shift. I slightly make all these shifts, and they're like, if you think of the way like a pastry with multiple lovers, like a croissant, or um, what are they called? Um, Whatever, I can't think of the name of them, but where they have all the fine layers right next to each other, and they're almost indistinguishable, exactly like this. And then there's another set of consciousness that still stays here, like that we're like way more expanded than we ever could imagine. I'm buffering. Am I still buffering? We're back. Okay, so I don't know how much you guys lost, but that's like that. It's like it's way more complex. That also like why I don't believe in time travel. So if you're just shifting timelines, like what would be the point of like changing if Hitler ever existed, or changing if if we actually never had slavery or something, because you'd be on a totally different timeline anyway. So it wouldn't matter. Okay, so let me check my PayPal out and see who's on and who isn't. I haven't had anybody try to cheat me out of money yet. And all of this money, all of it is going to charity, 100% of it. So I've got Julie for one question and Eva for two. I'm trying to write it down so it's easier for me to then make the quick donation at the end of this. Okay, so who's up next? Mallory, you have a question, and Queenie. Oh, Mallory posted. Okay. So I heard breathe, relax. This is weird. I felt like a zipping around, like a zinging around. You know when you think of like in movies how they show little fairies like zipping around? And there's something about a dragonfly. Does this make any sense to you? So Allie, if you think of it as past lives, I think of it as all happening at once. So yeah, somewhere in some existence, you're a cat right now enjoying the sun. There's something about a dragonfly. So somehow dragonflies are going to come up for you. But does the little fairy-like energy make sense when I say that? Like something zipping around? And I feel like little things getting moved, or little things actually like physical manifestations of spirit happening around me. I'm banging on the table. I'm like knocking this around. Hang on. Okay. Because it was like literally felt like so many little tiny little things moving around. So he's making me feel like he's trying out like he's testing his strength. It's like an exercise for him to like like he's learning to do more energetically, because it does take work for them to be able to do that. So he's sort of like getting stronger. And you noticing it is motivating him. Did you just get some new clothes or something? Were you trying them on? Because he's showing me you trying things on in the mirror, and he said you look nice. Or have you been working out or something? There's something like he's sort of like complimenting your body. Congratulations. He noticed. He thinks you look good. Because he's like showing you in the mirror and he's like, she looks good. So he may visit you in your sleep. That's all I'm saying. um, I've had some really cheeky spirits visit before, and like like men, not women, but like let me know they were like ass men in life and things like that. So they don't lose it just because they're not in an avatar. Okay. Queenie, Shirley, and Tiffany. Shirley, you asked yours, so I'll answer yours. And let me just double check this and see about Kay. And I've got Regine for 2 and Kay for 1. Oh, Regine said she doesn't have anything to contribute. She just wanted to donate. She's been blessed. Her family's healthy, so she just wanted to give a little bit to the less fortunate. Oh, thank you. That makes me really happy. Tears. Okay. I got yours, Shirley. I read it, so I already kind of thank you, Regine. I already got that. And then at the end, before we leave, I'll let you guys know how much. I'll add it up real quick. All right, so Shirley, I'll go ahead and ask yours. And then, Queenie, did you type yours up above? I just want to make sure. I think you might have, and I'll just kind of scroll back up real quick. Just double check. Where am I spiritually, and what are their? Oh, what are your spirit guides and what are their names? Oh, Queenie. All right. I'm going to answer a little differently because Queenie, I have an assignment for you, because I think it's way more validating for you to do a little bit of research and work on your own than to have me just tell you, because I could be like, you have George and you have Janine and you have Sally and you have this person from this random planet, but it wouldn't really help you, right? Because then like if you ever did a meditation where you were doing a guided meditation to meet your guide, you'd be like, well, she told me it was this name. And it's like, it doesn't really hold much weight, or if I said they look just like this, and then you'd see somebody and you'd be like, well, she told me, so that's probably what it looks like. And you're not really connecting with your own intuition. And my goal for everybody is to connect in with their own intuition. So I have a meditation on here. It's a 10-minute meditation. It's like not big at all. And you just go on there, and it's either for a loved one or a guided, or one of your spirit guides, and you choose, like, this is my intention. So how do you choose? My intention before I do this meditation, you set the intention. My intention is to connect with one of my spirit guides. This is who I want to see. And so you go into you do the guided meditation and you see what you get. Then you come back here to me and you say, Anna, I did your meditation. What do you get? And then I start telling you. And then if it's the same as what you experienced, that's a validation for you that you connected in with your spirit guides. You had a psychic connection. You had a spiritual experience. And that's way more powerful than me just giving you a name and telling you exactly what they look like. And so I sort of refuse to give people names. And maybe that makes me a jerk face. Maybe that makes me not the person you want to donate money to. But it's because I really want everybody to understand that this is not something that is foreign to people, that this is, that we are all connected to something bigger. Oh, you didn't have to pay. I mean, I'll take it for donation since we're doing 100%, but KK, you don't have to pay me. Okay, so let's do this, Queenie. Can I just give you a general reading? And I'm asking permission, or if you have another question. And I try not to tell you guys no, but I do that a little. But I think I would be doing a giant disservice if I was just like, this is who it is. You want a general reading? Or do you have another one you want? Because I feel like you're really powerful and you actually have this in your bloodline. Hi, Lisa. It's not too late to get a question, and 100% of the donations go to the Community Food Bank of New Jersey, since the zoo isn't doing the big drive this year. Okay, so Queen Anna roll. So I feel like I feel like this is something that actually runs in your bloodline, and there's an interesting connection to why you choose Queenie. I don't know what your idea of why you like a voodoo high priestess. And you would have been like known as a queen. Now, it doesn't mean when you practice, not everybody practices voodoo in the dark and all of that stuff. Very powerful. You were a very big healer. And you after, but not for like doing spells and stuff, because I feel like you sort of stayed away from that, but for healing the wounded and the ill. And also the spiritually sick people. You sort of helped draw out the dark from them and help them find the light. They said backwoods, like it was like you were off the beaten trail to be found. And even the good Christians came and sought you out. They're letting me know that your dreams are extremely vivid in this lifetime. Does that make sense? I feel like you actually have prophetic dreams. Am I still buffering? Hang on. I know why I'm buffering. I know exactly why I'm buffering. My daughter is on the computer. She needs to get off. So I'm going to try and get on to her. Let me ask my husband to tell her to get off. Let's see if he has his phone with him. All right, y'all, hold on. Stewie, you tell Johnny to get off because it's probably not for you. All right. Hopefully that'll stop it. Sorry, y'all. Oh, the magic of live television. Just kidding. Okay. So my daughter is up. It's late, whatever. I'm trying to find leeway in between like all of the crappy school year that it is for her. She plays these video games. She plays Roblox. She's up playing with her friends. I can hear her chatting. And so let's see. Kishay, I think your name is Kishay on here. Paid for a question. And KK. Oh, thank you. I figure I can't wear dresses normally. Well, I mean, I can, but like momming and dresses don't work. Okay, so KK and oh shoot. I wish I could ask you how to pronounce this. Kishadriana? I think I said that right. Oh, Kishay. I thought it was Kishay on here, but then it's longer. So, okay. Okay. So I feel like, does that make sense? Queenie, you do have dreams that are really vivid in this lifetime. So they're showing me that connection is in that lifetime as well, that you would have a lot of prophetic images. So The other feeling I get is the only thing that's stopping you from not having the prophetic dreams or having more of the psychic, it's going to come through in your third eye, right? So you're going to get it as a quick image, or either a still image, like a picture, or you're going to get it like a quick little movie, a snippet of a movie reel, right? In your mind's eye. The only thing that's stopping you from having that is your own fear of your power, because you've had several lifetimes actually where you've had these abilities, and it's sort of tripped you up or caused some problems. Um, Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out why I'm hearing this song. Um, it just feels like the universe is sort of saying, and I'm not going to sing the song for you. um, like all you have to do is ask for it. It's the manifesting thing, because it's like make a wish, baby. But like just say what it is you want and want to be able to do here, and like release the fear of it. So if you're afraid of something, or if you feel blocked, like what might happen, it's I release any of the blocks that are stopping me from growing in my own spiritual abilities. I release them in all directions of time and space. So that goes any lifetime, any experience, whatever. I release any blocks that are stopping me from growing. That's sort of what I feel. Did that make sense, Queenie? Did you get it all? Whoop. Shirley, you were asking about a lump that you were sensing psychically, but you weren't sure if it was you or your daughter. I feel like it's you, and I feel like it's either a cyst, and it feels small, or like a fatty lipoma. It feels benign to me, but obviously, please go get anything checked out that you might come up with. If you're just getting it psychically, and you do your own self-exam, ladies, feel your boobies. If you do your own self-exam, and you don't feel anything, and you don't feel any pain or any tenderness or anything anywhere, keep an eye on it, and then manifest that shit away. I keep saying shit tonight. Sorry, guys. It's like I dress up and I'm like, yeah, I can't handle being too fancy. Yeah, I felt like it was from you. I don't feel like it's connected to you. But the one thing I did get that is she might get like phantom things. Like if you ever do have something come up, she might get like a phantom thing connected to it. All right. Tiffany, and I do keep it real. Listen, I have seen way too many things in this lifetime to not keep it real. It's like I was talking with a friend today, because we met at the park for our kids to play with masks on. And we were talking about, like, she was saying, like, what kids are like, and how at her sister's kids' school, they wear Gucci shoes. And I'm like, what? Like, I guess I choose to spend my money on different things. Like, so for me, I think it's like, whatever you like, right? Whatever the stuff you like. But like, well, first of all, I'm very, very practical. So like one year, my dad said, I asked my dad for a drill in college for Christmas. He didn't get it for me. I was really annoyed. Like, I'm very, very practical. And so, like, I look at Louis Vuitton bags and like Gucci and those, I'm like, but it's just canvas. Like, why are we paying so much money for canvas? I don't get that. And then, and then I said, and if I had it, like, it's not like I couldn't, I mean, I could save up my money and get something, whatever. It's not, but I'd be so annoyed or paranoid, like get a raindrop on it or whatever. Like, I just couldn't be carefree about it, because that's just it's not that, like, it's just be like, I don't know, whatever. It's just me. It's me. So like, I don't put a lot in like clothes, and I don't know. Also, again, I've seen a lot of death, and I've like children, adults, everything. So my values are put somewhere else. Like, I'd rather have a really great experience or really amazing seats at a concert, or I don't know. That's just me. I totally wanted a drill and my dad didn't get it for me. I was really annoyed. But I mean, seriously, drills are so handy to have. Like hanging things, putting things together, whatever. Okay, Tiffany just wants to know about a spirit guide, and then Varetha, but that's not your name. It's something else on here, and I saw it up there. I'm sorry. Okay, so spirit guide message. I'm rambling tonight. I apologize. And I feel like I can safely say ladies because there's only ladies on here tonight. Penny, 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 Penny. Okay. Like not care about clothes or not like or feel like it needs to be a certain brand or be like if it's a certain brand be I mean really and truly when you have to talk to a parent about making their kid DNR or you're doing chest compressions on a kid and you know that they are not coming back and you have to keep doing them because that's policy and it's a long story, but you have to keep doing chest compressions and you know they're dead. Or you clean a body and get them ready and bring them down in the morgue in the middle of the night. Or any number of things. Like clothes sort of take a back seat. Maybe I'm different, but I just feel like I've taken care of all kinds of kids with all kinds of problems. And it just, I don't know, clothes are clothes, can't take them with you. So they're nice and I don't want to like be naked or anything, but I don't know. And I also kind of like, I just am like, oh, it's just more stuff in my house. Just like stuff. I think that's also comes from doing travel nursing, like not wanting a lot, like being really okay with getting rid of stuff because I kept stuff in storage for like 2 years when I was doing travel nursing. And then I literally took 5 boxes out of it and had the Salvation Army pick up the rest. Like an entire storage unit full of apartment stuff and took 5 boxes and drove across country with it. And that was it. So it's just stuff. Okay. So, okay. Tiffany wants a general reading. Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong, because I literally just heard she wants to ask about love, but feels like silly asking about love. So she's asking for a general reading. And then I felt like in 5 months, a huge change, but they said in 6 months, her life is going to be like totally different than it is now. And it's like about to take off at warp speed. Can you validate any of that, Tiffany? I wish I visually I like stuff and I love art but I'm really bad at decorating, but not because I don't have an eye for what I like. It's more because I don't want to have everything be super matchy and I'm okay waiting for things. And I also have a theory that you eventually stop seeing stuff on the wall anyway. Like you hang it up and then eventually you're just never going to notice it. So I sort of am even with um bedding and stuff, I actually prefer having a completely white bed because I get sick of things and then I feel like, oh, I don't want to have to throw it out. I feel guilty just throwing stuff out or donating it. I am so pragmatic. I really am. It's just, yeah. Okay. It felt like, when is it coming? Whatever. So 5 months and 6 months, things are going to be completely different. So it feels like whirlwind. So I feel like you're going to get, that big change is coming. So maybe within 5 cycles, you'll be pregnant. So maybe that's the love that's coming, the love of a child. Do twins run in your family? Because they said it's two. Really? Bye, Adolf. It's two. So Maybe that's why it's completely different. Why would 2 years be? Should I not be saying this in front of Penny? It feels like fast. So they're showing 5-6 months whirlwind fast. So why are you asking 2 years? Penny's your mom. And when they're saying it's 2, it doesn't feel like it's 2 years. It feels like it's 2 babies. Okay, good. Thank God. Are you 35? I'm happy to be wrong on this. But when they're saying it's 2, it's 2. It doesn't feel like 2 years. It feels like it's 2. You're 35. Yeah. I think it might be 2. And I think it's going to happen fairly soon. I'm actually leaning towards it being a boy and a girl. Yeah. That is great. And I feel like okay pregnancy, like not like maybe nausea and things like that, like normal, but I feel like goes to term, baby's healthy, baby's okay. It is a blessing indeed. So that's the love you wanted to ask about, I guess? Write it down. Write down that you're on here and you're like, Anna, oh my God. All right. Miss Penny, wait, are there any messages for me from spiritual guides? Someone coming into my life and when? Okie doke. So just believe it. Just believe it. It's yours. It's yours. It's yours. It's yours. All right, Miss Penny, let's go. I feel like in a year's time is when you meet someone. Timing is sometimes hard, so don't get mad if you hit a year and you're like, Anna, you said a year. And I'm seeing like the man that they're showing me is hang on, I need to see which set of parents it is because it's a TV show parents. It's one of the Huxtable grandparents. I can't think of, but being like really well dressed, really fun, likes to joke. Okay, they're showing me the guy who played Grandpa Huxtable, Earl Hyman. Just like taller, like has a big smile, a good sense of humor, but I feel like it's a little bit of a year out. He feels, professional because like he's wearing a suit. So he feels like financially stable, has his head on his shoulders. Like my mom says, when you're like, I don't want to give away her age, but She's like, I don't want a man. She's like, even I was talking with my doctor about this. All they're looking for is a nurse or a purse at this age. So I don't feel like he's looking for a nurse or a purse. Hi, Am. It's good to see you. Thank you for the compliment. So I feel like he's coming us about a year's out, and it feels like I feel like it might be a little bit more because I feel like the baby's either just here or they're almost here, but it feels closer to the end of that. Okay, Allie, Emily, Julie. Like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe. Help me out. Share me with your friends. Put me out there. Maybe somebody else wants to develop their own intuition. Maybe somebody wants a reading. I don't have a name. I don't have a name. PayPal is still available. Adriana Medrano Barona. Allie, Emily. Oh, okay. Here's Allie. I would like to know how my guides communicate with you. Okay, you would like to know how they communicate with you. I'm leaning towards being clairaudient. You are clairsentient, which means your feelings, right? So or an empath is another way people say it. I'm an empath. You're going to hear that everywhere, right? Everybody's an empath. So I do feel like you're sensitive to other people's energy and you're going to feel it that way. But I feel like, and this is interesting, I feel like they actually speak through you. So, oh, thank God, no accidents with your daughter. Maybe it's a minor one. I don't know. That was what they kept showing me. I hope I'm wrong. Manifest out of that timeline. Manifest out of that one. It's not going to happen, right? But I feel like you'll hear it, but I feel like you don't even necessarily know you're hearing it, and then it just comes out of you and you just channel sort of what it is. So you're the person who gives really great advice, right? Maybe you don't take your own advice, but it feels like giving better advice. Aha. So this is how they're going to speak to you then, through that way. So trust that a little bit. Like if you get an aha, like, wow, where'd that come from? Write that down. Perfect, Emily. That's what I feel. Julie, if you want to ask, Eva, Regine. Okay. And I'm going to check my PayPal and then we'll probably close it. Do you have a name for your crush interest in Tennessee, Kay? Judy. Thank you. So they said she's not what she seems. She internalizes a lot. She keeps a lot in. You're going to have to break that barrier down to connect with her on an emotionally vulnerable level. Is she a Capricorn? Scorpio. There's like that Capricorn feel to me where than it is about being super secretive, still buffering. So Capricorns like to keep secrets, and that's that energy of, yeah. So she has the energy of like the way a Capricorn is, and Capricorns like to keep secrets, and it's not out of being secretive, it's like control. So it feels like I keep things into myself and I keep things from you out of control. So it's that feeling of not being exactly as she presents herself. Um, it doesn't mean I feel like she's a psychopath or anything. She's interested, but she's also reticent to She's interested, but she's also reticent to really, it's the emotional vulnerability thing. It's the reticent to really allow someone in. So you're going to have to work if you want to earn her trust. It feels like don't rush and don't push. She gets overwhelmed easily, emotionally speaking. Nobody wants to get hurt. I'm just, do you have fear of abandonment issues? That was the sort of the feeling, is like I might get a little like pushy to like push for something to be a certain way because I'm really like afraid of. She's a psychic. Um, I just feel like she's very like there's a fair amount of trauma in her past, and it lends her to be hard to open up and truly trust. So I may read people, but it doesn't necessarily mean I trust them. Of course, she's picking up on your energy, but it's still, even if you're safe, it's still this level of, even because like when we're reading psychically, and if we haven't really healed our stuff and dealt with our stuff, when you're picking up on somebody else's energy, it's like if I'm close to somebody and they're trying to surprise me and get me a surprise gift, I pick up the shit that they're hiding something. I don't necessarily get it's a gift unless I can calm my ass down and be like, all right, I just pick up, you're hiding something from me. I hate surprises for that reason, because I don't want to feel distrust with people. So it's like she does read your energy, but she's also very hesitant to fully open up. I feel like she has a lot of trauma in her past she hasn't dealt with, and it lends her to having trust issues and issues with opening up emotionally. Being vulnerable is very hard for her. So I present one way, but really there's this other stuff going on. So be patient. It doesn't mean you're going to get hurt. It just means don't push, because you will push her away. So don't push for it to be a certain way. Just kind of really get comfortable with going with the flow. A little. Just just don't push is the message I kept getting, was don't push, don't push, don't push. Like whatever you think the timeline should be, double or triple that, and that's probably where she's at. It's not, whoever you end up with, look, we always end up attracting people who have sort of opposite issues. It's very common because it triggers stuff for us to grow. You either grow or you fall apart, and you continue repeating that habit until, the stuff that like kind of we had issues with in childhood, we sort of recreate, unfortunately, in our adult lives. So you're gonna kind of keep picking people like her. So it's not about being on different places. It's just having different paces. And like, if you really like her, you have to honor that pace and those boundaries for her. And she'll honor yours, but just understand that. So I do think she's interested in you, but I think she's also, again, like you're like, hey, let's jump in the pool and go swimming. And she's like, I'm going to get my foot in and sit on the stairs for a minute. It's okay if you're seeing other people. That's okay. But I'm saying if you want to get to know her, this is her. This is where she's at. Oh, you're seeing a different person in her. Okay. That she presents one thing, she is another thing. So but you still have to be on her boundaries and be patient. It's like a weird angle on this camera. I always feel like I look short and squatty. So, that's where I think that you'll kind of like struggle a little bit is your speeds are different. So you have to kind of honor, like, so you don't go like, well, I want to be in the deep end. So get your ass in here. You're like, all right, take your time. I'll hang out here. I'll wait for you. And that's kind of what you do in relationships. You have to honor that. Or if you can't, then you move on. But it's really important to honor people's boundaries and where they're at and what their comfort level is. There's a reason she has that. And if you can get her to open up and maybe share it, I guarantee you it's connected to that trauma that she had as a child. All right, Julie, Eva, Regine. Julie posted. Oh, your mom. Julie, what's your mom's name? We'll see if we can connect with her tonight. I always like look at it and it looks like someone's, but it could just be, I know what I look like when I'm standing up. Let's close the list. Just because it's getting late. Jean, okay. Julie, are you here or are you in Canada? By here, I mean the United States. Or maybe you don't want to tell me that on thing. So type it and then delete it and I won't read it out loud. Okay. So did you make something of her dish? Because it's like she made something for, and I know Canada has Thanksgiving like a month ago, but it just, it feels like you made a dish of hers, but you didn't make it just right. Like you didn't do it exactly as she would have done it. And she's saying, I would have done it this way. Like maybe you didn't toast the pecans exactly the way she would have, or I don't know, whatever it is. But it just feels like she's pointing out that she was with you in the kitchen. And hang on, Lisa, let me check. If she's pointing out, she makes me feel like she's in the kitchen with you and she's saying she would have done it differently. But it was still fine. But she says, like, I feel like jokingly, not like in a mean sense, because I feel like she has this very light, kind of funny. I'm trying to think of it's like from an 80s sitcom, older woman in it that she reminds me of, and I can't think of it. Maybe next time I'll have it ready. So I've got, yeah, Lisa, I've got yours. And then Lisa's the last one. She feels like, it's just sort of like being around you. Did you change your perfume or something? She's smelling you. But saying you smell good. You still here? New perfume. There you go. Because she's like smelling you, like it feels like new perfume. It doesn't feel like. So she really likes it. So these are just little validations for them to let you know it's not. I'm not getting this big. Like it feels like you're okay with the way she passed. There's no nothing left unspoken or that needs to be healed. It's just letting you know that she's around you and she sees. Is your daughter pregnant or is there a new baby? Because she's showing me a baby boy. She might be very soon. There's a baby boy that she's showing me. So If she's not yet, she might be soon, and I feel like it would be a baby boy. Okie dokie, Julie. I'm gonna leave you with that. Eva, Regine, KK, Quiche, or Lisa. I can't wait to hear about it. Eva, okay, what was my soul's intention in incarnating in this life? What main big lessons did I incarnate to experience and learn? And messages, advice, my guides, childhood wounds that aren't healed. I actually feel like what it is for you is growth and rising above those things that you talk about your old wounds that aren't healed, because I see it like being like a phoenix rising and helping heal others. Um, are you musically gifted? Because it was like healing others through music, through song, through word, maybe even spoken word. There feels something very creative and like healing people through your words. And as far as healing the old wounds, first of all, I will always recommend this person because you do sing, but I'm no pro. I'm good at writing in my psychology essays. It's probably through whatever your words are. So if you're maybe you're healing them as a therapist, right? Through the spoken. Maybe it is through writings, through you going through your own healing process and sharing that with others, through writing a book. But it's going to be through your words, through like vocally, right? So from your throat chakra. I feel like as far as like the old wounds that aren't healed, some of it was like reprogramming your mind. Our minds are like giant computers, right? So you have to reprogram those old stories and the things that we're taught. But I also really, I mean, I think therapy is fantastic. And I think this woman, Nicole, yeah, she's on Instagram, she's on YouTube, she's got a lot of great videos. Nicole LaPera. I'm going to write it down. She's the holistic psychologist. She's originally from Philly. She's living out, I think, in LA now. And she's got brown straight hair. She's really amazing. And she's someone to check out to help you kind of do some self-healing techniques. I'm being pulled towards self-worth and value. She's awesome, isn't she, Julie? I just think she's really like, she's spot on about a lot of like how we get these belief systems embedded in us from our parents, and not intentionally. They've got their own stuff too, but it's really sort of like puts a new perspective and a new way of kind of reprogramming, like manifesting, right? Changing our belief systems. Eva, does that make sense when I say that? Like self-worth and value is sort of what I feel like is where I'm getting stuck at. Never feeling like I live quite up to expectations. Like and this may not be exact, so it just feels like I was never quite good enough. And I keep feeling pulled to mom on this one versus dad, because I don't feel dad is heavily influencing me, but I keep feeling pulled towards mom on this one, and feeling like if I did something that she asked me to do it, then she'd be like, well, that's not right. Like nothing was ever enough. Or I get an A and she'd be like, why didn't you get an A plus? It wasn't enough. Or I cleaned and it wasn't clean enough. Generations of trauma is a big one for sure. Yeah. So, it doesn't matter where you start, to be truthful, it'll unravel itself, um, as you start. So you've pinpointed that you have abandonment issues, right? So start there. Look at what abandonment issues are and how they manifest as adults, how they come up in relationships, because it's not going to be just in romantic relationships that they come up. They're going to come up in friendships. They're going to come up in work relationships. They're going to come up in every area. So see how they manifest and then sort of look at your life and think about like what somebody says about abandonment issues, how they manifest, and then think and apply that to your own life. That's what you have to do. And then see, okay, so when it's not about when we have triggers and things that kind of get us, I have abandonment issues. It doesn't mean that they never ever ever come up again once they've healed, but it's like I recognize, oh, I'm this is how I react when I have abandonment issues. Okay, it's not that person, it's me. Okay, so I recognize it quicker and I calm it down quicker. So it doesn't mean like I'm perfect and I never have triggers anymore from all of the trauma as a child. It means that when I do get triggered, I recognize it quicker and I calm it down quicker. And that's a win. That's it right there. So it's like being graceful and with yourself and giving yourself grace and room to heal and understanding that you're never going to be perfect, right? None of us are ever going to be perfect, but we can heal and move in a healthier manner. I I don't feel like it occurred 3 years ago. I feel like it was like, a catalyst for kind of opening up all the stuff that you had never really reflected upon, like a catalyst to open up and have you be a little bit more reflective. But I feel like the abandonment stuff started when you were little. I wanna say around the age of 6 or 7. Um, and then 5, 6, 7, because you feel like little. And then that 3 years ago thing was more about being a catalyst to open up the door to, like, really be like, "Oh." Yeah. So that's where it actually originates from. And then the 3 years ago was just like you sort of go into survival mode, right? And it feels like I'm kind of numb to what all it is and I'm just kind of roboting along in life. And then the big breakup happens 3 years ago and that's where I sort of feel like I fell apart and I had it together. Well, you were just like sort of in survival mode forever and like kind of like tamping down everything and this just kind of blew it up. And now you're really old enough to really kind of look at yourself and see where it, begins. So I would start with that. That's what you know. And it's going to open up other doors. Look at Cola Para, watch her videos. She's got tons of great stuff on Instagram. Check her out. She's the holistic psychologist. And I really believe that'll kind of like set you on a journey to kind of some self-healing and growth. And that's exciting. Regine said she didn't have anything. Sorry, KK, Quiche, and Lisa. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Thanks for the donations. I will add up all of this money and let you guys know. $205 we're donating this week. And I'll double check it again one more time. So, Quiche, I've been feeling stuck, isolated since I left New York City. When will things start picking up for me romantically and professionally? March and June. March and June. Which is first. Romantic first, professionally second. And I feel like With professionally, it doesn't mean that I don't have a job or I don't have income, but I feel like something bigger in June and romantically in March. I feel like for you, Emily. Yeah, yeah. I mean, of course, you can be grateful for the job you have and still want something better. It's like, I'm so grateful I have this, and I'm so happy something better is on its way. You're welcome, Quiche. Um, okay, general reading for KK. And then Lisa, if you want to go ahead and ask your question. Okay, so general reading kind of for everybody. Okay, let's do that. All right, KK. They said, speak your truth. Now's not the time to hold back. You are on a roll. Bring your intuition into your workplace. That doesn't mean start reading people, like telling them, hey, can I read for you? It means like trusting your gut and trusting your intuition, and allowing the universe to speak through you and speak up for you is sort of what I'm getting. But that you're like, it's safe to use that where you work. Just kind of do it on the low. They said you're healing well. Did you get hurt or something? I heard not as psychic as you. Yeah. They said you're healing well. So maybe that's a validation for some work you've been doing. Trust your intuition. Lisa, and then I'll come back to you, Emily. Lisa wants a general. It is great. It's wonderful. Okay, Lisa. I heard breathe a sigh of relief. I feel like you've gotten good news lately, but I also feel like things will pick up for you again in March, but it won't feel so stressful. It's going to fall into place nicely in March. So it kind of feels like the job, the kids, and everything kind of finding balance. By March, I feel like the end of March, it'll feel better. So it might be like after spring break, they go back into school, something like that. Or it's like something happens differently where it kind of works itself out a little better. Because then when I just said that, I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense if people are going on vacation and blah, blah, blah. But it feels like for whatever reason, it feels safer. I don't know. Are you planning on getting an immunization? Because it feels like you'll get your vaccine by then, and so it'll like not feel as stressful. I also feel like breathing easier. Did you get good news about your older son in college? Not yet. I feel like you will. I still think he might change schools. Huh. Ah, perfect. Good. You're going to be okay with all of that. He'll be okay with all of that. It feels like initially working out the kinks and then he'll be fine. Might even be growing by June. So I'll leave you with that. And Emily, so what do I guys see you have to work on? It could be any field, parenting, work, health. They said you're doing wonderfully as a mother. Don't be so hard on yourself. You're doing really, really wonderfully as a mother. And I feel like even like they're like, as a wife, it feels like as far as relation, oh, I know I'm buffering, aren't I? I'm back. Okay, as far as relationships, be it romantic, parenting, you're fine. They sort of make me feel like it's just really about connecting in with yourself and doing a little bit more for you. It doesn't necessarily mean about like going out and shopping and all that, but it's just like really connecting into yourself and figuring out your own where, you know, your own happiness, what sort of drives you. So like doing stuff like this. But I also feel like really connecting with your own intuition and growing your own intuition is really important. And I feel like your grandma's talking to you a lot at home. And I feel like this is, excuse me, mom's mom. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. So she's around. So know that she's around and she hears you when you're doing this. I feel like you smell her sometimes, and ask her to validate that she's around. Okie dokie. All right, everyone. If you see that and you connect that with her, then that's what that is. You remember we create our own language. I can tell you what 22 means on a Doreen Virtue numbers thing. I hear somebody awake and I'm really hoping it's not my almost 4-year-old. Like, you put somebody to bed. We went to the park today. It's this really cool park. And they have like a zip liney thing, and she was asleep on the way home. The angels can see positive results of your prayers, and they want you to have patience, stay optimistic while the final details are being worked out in heaven. This is an urgent call from the angels to keep the faith. That's the Doreen Virtue numbers thing. Have a good night, Devery. Get some sleep. The Grover Washington Park. It's in the Caldwells. It's really cool. They've got like a night, like it's really cool. It's a really cool park. I would totally recommend it. Alrighty, I think that is it for tonight. Please have a safe and healthy week as we get back in after from oh, email me the story. I love finding out about cool things that happen to people. We raised, let me count. 20, 50. Yep, $205 this week is going to the community food bank, and that is like 615 meals. So I think that's really awesome. Hi, Dan. Have a great night. You're quiet here tonight. Make sure you check out his channel, and he basically donated half of that. So thank you, Dan. The Community Food Bank of New Jersey thanks you. I thank you. Everybody have a really, really wonderful night, and we will see you next week. I'm back at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time here every Sunday night. Have a good one. Thank you, KK.